What's up, everybody, and welcome to day 14 of Foundation. Today, we're hitting singles at 120 to 130 again because I know you like moving up tempos and I know you wanted another shot at that tempo. It's fun crossing that 120 barrier, and I know that I love getting reps at faster tempos. And today, we also dive back into double beat because it's hard to imagine, but it's actually been 3 days since we've practiced that skill, so we gotta dust that one off and make sure that stays fresh in our hands. Are you excited? Because I'm excited. All right, let's get into it. I'll see you in there, day 14. Welcome back. It's good to see you again. I knew you'd be back. I'm excited to get started here. We are working on single strokes. We're going from 120, we're going to 130. That's our goal tempo for this exercise right now. Here's a quick reminder of some things that are worth thinking about. Decide what you need to work on. Only you know what you need to work on. Not me. I can't see it. Not yet. There may be a way in the future. I don't know. We'll check with AI. Anyway, all that said, you got your sticks, you got your pad or your drums, however you're doing this, get ready to play, and we're going to dive right in at 120 beats per minute. Take a deep breath. Remember your grip, remember your setup, remember the exercise. I got it down here for you, even if you got it memorized, even better. You should, I'll say this real quick, you should try and memorize this. It doesn't take very long to memorize this exercise, so then you can think a lot more about these things that I told you before. If you're reading along, you're going to have to work a little bit harder to worry about grip, setup, whatever it is that you're working on, because you're just trying to do two things at once. Memorize this music and you'll be in great shape. And here we go. We're at 120 and you got to play along with me. We're full out here. I'll let you know if we need to start dropping the heights, but right now, get it up, all the way up. 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. One, two, again, go. Two more reps here. Last time. 1, 2, here we go. Very good. All right, I didn't talk very much during that first chunk of this exercise because I want you to just get your hands ready. I want to get your mind in the right tempo. I want you to start to feel how your hands feel as you're working through this. Remember your feet, remember hand transitions, stopping the stick, nice and rebound, make your hands feel the same. I'll give some little coaching tips as we move forward here, but you know, it's important. I'm happy to give these cues, things that help myself, hopefully they help you, but you have to also know your own cues. You got to remember what's top of mind for you, and so I want to give you some space to think about that. So hopefully that was a good introduction to, you know, where we're at tempo-wise, how your hands feel. And now we're ready, we're bumping it up. We got to start moving. The clock's ticking, time's moving. We got to get to 122, and we're still full out. All right? Think about how that felt. Micro adjustments. Yeah, we're at 122. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. Stay relaxed. Even the downstrokes. especially the downstrokes. Two, 1, 2, here we go. You can always look down if you need to. Very good. 1, 2, here we go. Memorize how this feels. Make every note sound the same. Last time at this tempo. 2, here we go. Stay on top of the tempo. Make sure you got energy. Very last time, even though I might have said last time. Very good. Shake it out. See, as we increase the tempo, see if you start to notice any tension somewhere in your body. Is your posture still, a little bit energetic? Or do you feel like you're starting to tense up a little bit? We're not dramatically faster. I'm just asking. I don't know. Maybe the answer is no. Maybe your posture is great. I hope so. It should be. But if it's not, make sure you work on that. We're bumping the tempo. We're at 124. Make the change. Think about it just a little bit faster. 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. Don't get too fast. 2, again, go. Nice smooth transitions. Yeah. 2, 1, 2, again, go. No tension. A lot of energy in the downstrokes. Last time at this tempo. 1, 2, again, woo! Very good. If you see me looking down, it's because I got my dog here and I got a nice blanket set up for him and he's just moving it around. God knows what he's doing. He's making his new bed. It needs to be slightly more comfortable. You good, buddy? You good? And now he's staring right at me. Just like you. All right. How did that feel? Were your hands as smooth in transition as they were before? Think about it, right? Make sure that your left hands feel the same as your right hands. And make sure your eighth notes feel exactly the same when we put them together for 16th notes. That's why we do it. Eighth notes just moved a little bit closer. Sounds like 16th notes. Sounds like it. It is 16th notes. We're at 126. I'm done talking. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. 2, again, go. Don't forget about your tacit hands. Two more times here. 1, 2, ready, go. Last time. 1, 2, ready, go. Keep the energy up. Full out. Don't get tired yet. Way too early for that. Very good. 4 reps goes by pretty fast as we start bumping the tempo. Doesn't take very long. One thing to think about, if you're not already thinking about it, make sure you match your foot with the tempo once we make the change, and then play to your feet. If you're moving both feet, play to both your feet. Feel the 1s and the 3s. Feel the 2s and the 4s. Whichever foot you got on whatever beat. Here we go. Look at this. We're already at 128. We're flying through this. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. Very good. On top of the tempo. One, 2, again, go. Two more times here. 1, 2, ready, go. I hope I just said last time. I don't even remember. It's a lot to keep track of when you have no script. It's important to know that. All right. Hopefully that felt good. Make sure you're staying nice and legato as you're pushing into the drum. The stick still wants to come straight up back for you, right? You don't have to do any extra work. You don't need to squeeze any harder. You need to keep your hands feeling as close to the same as they did when we were doing 80 beats per minute. Just a little bit faster, right? The technique is the technique. It doesn't change anywhere near here yet, right? There will be a point where you need to start like thinking about fingers and things might shift a little bit. We're not there yet. You know where we are at though. We're at 130. We're at our goal tempo here. Deep breath. Listen to the tempo. Think about what your tendencies are. Think about your errors before they happen so you can skip them. You don't need to have errors. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. Very good. Nice and even. Here we go. 2 more times. 1, 2, ready, go. Keep the heights up. Still full out. There you go. Hopefully that went well. If that went well, you're in great shape. We're ready to move it on up. And if that felt a little like, I feel like I'm pushing it right now and my technique's starting to suffer, back it off a little bit, right? Hit rewind, go back to 124, go back to the beginning of this, or even go back a video, get your hands back into that great technique memorization, that feeling, and then bring it back here. It's not a race, but if you start to feel like, you know what, this doesn't feel like the correct technique, you're probably right. And another tip that I don't know if I've mentioned this yet, hopefully you're playing in front of a mirror so you can see yourself. You can compare, you know, what do I look like versus where do I want to look like? Can I see tension in my body somewhere? All that kind of good stuff. But if that felt good, or even if, you know, if that's at the upper end of where we're at, we're bumping it. We're at 134, and then we're going to make 130 feel like nothing. This goes fast. You'll feel this. We're still full out though. You do not have permission to lower the heights. I want you to fight through it because you can. 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. Very good. Stay on top of the tempo. Very good. 2, 1, 2, again, go. Smooth out your hand transition. Follow your feet. Last time here. Very good, very good. All right, now I want to quickly bump back down to 130, and then we want to feel the difference. This is slower, so be in control, all right? We're doing 2 performance reps. Think about all of your tendencies, all right? This is what we're aiming for perfection. See, put a little bit of pressure on yourself. See if you can make yourself a little nervous. Picture yourself in a stadium, whatever you're playing, in front of a huge audience, right? This is the pressure. This is what counts. Here we go. Make the shift. 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. Very good. Again. And we're done. We did it. That's 130 beats per minute. I hope that felt good to you. If it didn't feel so good, go back and do it again. Get some more reps. You can jot them all down, take a practice journal, write down how many reps you're doing, what felt good, what didn't feel good, and why. All right? But But if you're ready, if that felt good, we're going on to the next one. Thanks for playing along, and I'll see you there. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Double Beat. We are moving here. We're at 100 beats per minute. We're going to 110. Here's a quick reminder of all the things that are worth thinking about. Make sure you set a goal. There could be goals outside of this, just as for the record. But make sure you know what you want to work on when you're working on this exercise. You have to have a goal. We're taking care of tempo together. We're getting some reps in, but you got to know what your goal is. Only you know that, and only you can get yourself to that next level. All right? But if you're ready, you got your sticks, you got your drum, you got your pad. Yeah? All right, let's do it. Starting at 100 beats per minute. 4 reps at each tempo. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 1, 2, ready, go. Very good. And 2, and again, 2, right with your feet. Very good. And 2 more times right here. 2, ready, go. Very good. 2, and last time here. Very nice. How'd that feel? Your hands nice and warmed up? Was this the first thing you played today? If this is the first thing you played today, nice job. Always make sure your hands are good and warmed up and ready to go. But if you're ready to move on, we're ready to move on. Max your heights out. Go for vertical if you can. It'd be incredible if you can play a really fast roll really high. Takes a tremendous amount of chops, so make sure you're efforting for it. We're developing chops. We're developing that muscle memory. We're developing actual muscles too. So make sure you don't let yourself off the hook too easily. When it starts to get hard, that's good. That should be, that's what you're working on. That's why we're here. But we're at 102, a little bit faster now. 1 and 2 and 1, 2, here we go. And 2, and again, 2, right with your feet. Very good. 2, 2 more times. Right, here we go. Very good. Nice and even. Last time. Here we go. Very good. How'd that feel? Nice and consistent? Are your doubles the same throughout all of those 16th notes with one 16th note partial in between? Right? All of those real even? Are those spaces nice and even? Are you right with your feet? Is your second partial, right, that second part of the 16th note pattern that we're working on, those little groups, are those the same height? Is the second note louder, or are we down here again? Not what we're going for, right? We're going for super active in volume so that by the end, if we were doing... you shouldn't be able to hear a difference, right? We want it to be that even, where you could shut your eyes and you can't even tell the difference between doubles or singles or whatever, because that's going to be really useful when we get to more complicated rudiments and patterns later on. Develop the muscle now. And we're going to develop that, you guessed it, at 104. Here we go. A few times here. 1 and 2 and 104. Here we go. Very good. And 1, 2, max those heights. And 2, and 2 more times here. Very good. And last time right here. Nice job. Something I was thinking about that I don't think I've mentioned in this set of this exercise is make sure both parts of those 16th note doubles are hitting in the exact same spot on the drum, right? Every time you hit the drum or the pad, it should be in the exact same spot. If you play on a drum or even on a pad, you can hear the difference. You know what it sounds like. It sounds different in different spots on the drum or on the pad. So if you want to have the most consistent sound, and especially if you're in the marching world and you're trying to match the person next to you, you have to be identical. So you have to hit in the exact same spot. You want to have a really small grouping of notes. Like if you're playing on a regular drum and you have those coated heads, you're going to start to wear off the coating on there. You want that circle to be really small. If you have a super wide range where like, I've kind of hit all over the drum, you know, that could be for different reasons, but it could be because you're not placing each note in the exact same spot. That's because you got to be in complete control of what you're doing. If you're not in complete control, you'll guess. It'll be sliding all over the place. All right? You don't want that to be a you. You want to be in total control. All right. We're moving to 106. 1 and 2, a little bit faster now, ready, go. Very good. 2, lots of energy. 2, ready, go. Very good. 2 and 2 more times. Ready, go. Very good. And last time, ready, go. Very good. One thing to make sure that you always have, I've said this before, I'll say it in this exercise as well, make sure your fingers are always wrapped around the stick. All right? Don't start finding space between your fingers and the stick. That means if your fingers are not wrapped around the stick and are not a part of this, that means you lost some control, right? As we get faster, the fulcrum pressure, the pressure in your hands moves closer to this area, right? Closer to here, but we're not there yet. You need some fulcrum pressure, a little bit of squeezing here in order to keep the stick nice and in control, but too much squeezing sometimes leads to people taking their fingers off the stick. You might be able to get away with it at these tempos. The faster you get, the more you're going to find you want that control. There's going to be some weird in-between tempos where you're not fully squeezing, you're not fully just clear 2 wrist strokes. So once we get there, you'll see how important it is to have your fingers on the stick. Your fingers are going to do some work in this type of rudiment that we're working on. Not a rudiment per se, but a double stroke is. You want to have that control. Let's get some more control at 108. 1 and 2, lots of energy. 2, here we go. Very good. 2 and 1, 2, lots of control. Very good. 2 more times. 2, ready, go. And 2, and last time, here we go. Very good. One thing to think about when I'm talking about control, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't have a nice, relaxed, open grip, right? You don't want to be open in the sense where your hand, you have room between your stick, right? There's room to breathe between the palm of your hand and the stick. You don't want to be squeezing like the last turkey leg on Thanksgiving dinner, all right? You want to keep it nice and open. That gets that natural resonance of the stick and of the drum. Otherwise, you don't want it to sound like that. That's what it'll sound like when you play it, and it also feel that bad, right? That's not a good sound. Oh, listen to that sing. Nice and resonant, just the way the stick and the drum was made. And here we go. Look at this. We're at 110. We're at our goal tempo. We're flying around here. A little bit faster now. A few reps here. Let's go. 1 and 2 and 1, 2, ready, go. Very good. 2 and 1, 2, here we go. Very good. And 2 more times at our goal tempo. Very good. And last time, here we go. Awesome. Something to think about on those 16th notes at the end. Your hands should feel really up. They should feel like they just want to stay up and rebounded. Right? That'll help you be ready for the next note. Just something to think about. Maybe you're already doing it. You probably are. Of course you're already doing it. Just a reminder for people who weren't thinking about it. Here we go. Think about this though. We're at 114. A little bit of a bump. Maximize the heights the best that you can. Don't force the issue to have bad technique. Force the issue and get good technique. 1, 2, and 1, 2. Here we go. Yeah, that feels good. And 1, 2, keep it moving. And 2, and last time at a bonus tempo. Very nice. That should be just enough that you feel a difference here. And now I want to drop it back down. We're going to do 2 reps at our performance rep tempo, our goal tempo of 110 beats per minute. This is going to feel significantly slower from 114. Find control immediately. Think about it. Sing it in your head. All right, you already know what it's going to be. Adjust immediately with the feet. Let the feet drive. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Very good. 2, last time here, no errors. All right, how was it? No errors? Good. Yeah, I sure hope so. I really hope there are people out there who are doing 2 reps or at least 1 out of the 2 with no errors. That's unbelievable. That's a ton of focus, that's a ton of practice, and that's a ton of good work. If that went well for you, get ready for the next one. If it didn't go so well, go pick the tempo that worked best for you. If you need to drop it back down to 100 and work our way back up, or if you got to go back to 90, that's no problem. Do what you need to do so that you can do it confidently, that you can attack each phrase every time you're playing with a tremendous amount of confidence. That's how I want you to feel when you're playing. That's the best part of playing, is when you have a tremendous amount of confidence, because you know you're not going to make any errors, and that can be you. Might just take a little more practice. But if you're ready to go to the next one, I will see you there. Thanks for playing along. Thanks so much for playing along. If you liked that video, please let me know down below. Let me know why you liked it. Let me know what you're working on so I can make more things exactly for what you need. And if you didn't like it, keep it to yourself. No, if you didn't like it, please let me know why down below, because I want to make videos that you need. What skill sets do you need? What would make you better faster? Let me know. And if you want to get some real feedback, tag me in videos. Send me an email, tag me on Instagram, tag me on YouTube. I want to give you comments. I want to make this a community, and I want us to all get better at drums faster. All right, I'll see you in the next one.